Good evening, everybody. Monday, the 6th of July. Welcome to another edition of SportsView on nearmedia.tv. All the information is on the bottom of your screen. We'll go out live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and our YouTube channel. So you can comment straight in here to the studio, put your comments in. Good evening, Joe, and welcome.
Evening, Pat.
Well, there's only one thing on our mind tonight. Well, there's more than one thing, but we'll try and cover as much as we can. The World Cup, of course, obviously. We have rugby union as well, where there's another made-up competition called the Nations Championship. I don't know what it's about, but anyway, it's on rugby where the Southern Hemisphere playing the Northern Hemisphere teams. Anyway, golf, we love golf. Patrick Harrington is another major.
Oh.
Good evening, gentlemen.
He finally fell out of it. They kicked him out.
We heard you're on the committee of the pre-planning stage.
I'm on the committee for FIFA. I've managed to get Kane's penalty miss the other day as an extra goal for his tally for the Golden Boot.
Because he should never have missed it.
Matey boy's back in playing for the next game because I phoned Donald Trump and got him to have a chat for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have to start. We have to start since you're here. What did you think of the match last night? Did you watch it or?
I watched it. I stayed up and watched it.
Boy, we were all watching inside Mary's house. Yeah.
If I was being honest, I thought they did really well with 10 men to survive.
Yeah. They played very well.
Well, they dug in, didn't they? I mean, they had some heart last night, didn't they?
The goalkeeper was superb, Pickford.
Do you know when Byrne came on, I was panicky because I thought, oh no.
Oh no, he threw himself around.
Yeah, he did really well, didn't he?
He did, yeah. A big, strong man.
I thought
Bellingham.
Yeah, he probably had the best game he's had for a long time.
We have a bit of audio here, lads, about the match. Just see what you think of it.
Crazy game. Exciting game. I said before game, but I will say it in a different way. Losers, they have excuses. Winners, they have answers. England, they gave us answers today. I saw 10 Lions. I'm impressed the move that Tuchel did in the second half by putting 5 defenders. He knew exactly what was coming. And Mexico is the first game they lose since long time ago in this stadium. They fought.
Certainly is. Their first defeat since 2013 here.
Yes. And England, Bellingham, wow. If he's not Harry Kane, he's Bellingham. If he's not Bellingham, he's Harry Kane. But good spirit. This is good for the English team. Good for the spirit. Stupid red card, I think. But they won. And on to the next one against who, Rebecca?
Norway.
Ah, good. You know, you have your info. I like that.
That was Latham, and he's taking the match. And they have a tough game ahead with Norway. And Norway beat
Brazil
2-1. I mean, I'm not going to be churlish and say, but Norway are good, but Brazil are a poor team, lads.
Well, I was going to ask the question last week, and I forgot it, but have Brazil lost their fear factor? I mean, nobody is afraid of them anymore.
No.
You know, their reputation is not what it once was. And, you know, you look at their team, but again, you know, it's like I said with the England game. I did not think that England were playing well in the first half. I didn't think they were playing well until Bellingham scored the first goal. And then the second one coming so quickly after really settled them.
Yeah.
And they were able to settle into the game and what have you. And what's his name said there?
Is that him?
You know, any coach worth his salt knows that when he goes down to 10 men, he's got to go into a 5-3-1. You know,
Yes, sir.
and
Yes.
you make the other team beat you by putting crosses into the box. And he brought Dan Burn on. He'd already got John Stones in there.
Yeah.
So he had all these guys lined up, and that was the reason that Dan Burn is at the tournament, to be used for something like that.
Yeah.
And it worked out perfectly for them. And even though they were unfortunate to give the penalty away, it's one of those things that, you know, for me, that is a very harsh penalty. You are a player that is in the process of kicking the ball, and all of a sudden, another player's foot comes across you and gets between you and the ball. You haven't seen that player.
No.
They're out of your vision. They're out of your line of sight. So all of a sudden, this foot comes across, and he can't stop himself because he's in the motion for it.
Yeah, he's committed.
You know, so to me, that was
There's no common sense.
no, there wasn't any common sense in it, and so you know, but they did brilliantly. The 10 men to defend the goal. Goalkeeper did a terrific job.
Pickford and Gordon was.
Yeah.
What I really was impressed with Gordon last night, because as soon as they needed an outlet, as in to hoof it to somewhere.
Right.
It was such a better idea to get Kane out of the way and let Gordon go do some chasing.
Yeah.
But
that's what he's good at, and that's what he did at Newcastle numerous times. And Pat and I were just talking about that. Pat was saying, well, why didn't they bring Rashford on? But Rashford won't do the hard yards.
No.
He doesn't track back, and you couldn't put Rashford up front and say, go run your what's off. And he won't do it. It's not in his mindset to do it. Whereas
Gordon was very good.
Yeah,
very good.
In the last game, people are missing the fact that Anthony Gordon came in off the wing and picked the ball up and flicked it through to Harry Kane for Kane's the second goal. You know, they missed that part of it. Gordon skipped past two guys and with the outside of his foot played it through to Kane. Kane took it through and had a great finish. So Anthony Gordon is one of those players that is willing to work up and down the field, but is a good player at taking people on also. And I mean, he got the cross in for the first goal in the last game. He nicked that one in. So, or he got, you know, and talking about Bellingham, you know, in the last game, the thing that we talked about with Harry Kane dropping off and getting people running in behind, the one time in the game that Bellingham actually did that, England scored from it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, you know, those are the things that make the difference. And I mean, Bellingham is working hard all over the field, and people are saying, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. But you have to do a job for the team before you can do the fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and he got his rewards yesterday. He worked his butt off in that game and got the 2 goals deservedly.
I thought the Mexicans were bullying the referee.
Oh, they were.
Oh yeah, but that's what they do down there. You know, everywhere you go down there, that's what they're all over the intimidating the referees and the whole.
Well, the referee was entitled to give yellow cards just before the penalty for England. The goalkeeper would not go back into his goals, yellow card. Right. 2 of the Mexican defenders did not leave the box, yellow cards, but he gave none of them. None to them. And Dave has a question here, lads. What did you think of the England defence?
I thought the England defence was fine, you know. To be very fair, when they brought Dan Burn and Jed Spence on, I thought I'd been very critical of Jed Spence in the last game because he got roasted in the last game.
Oh, he did.
And I mean, his confidence must have been shattered after the last game. And he came in this one. He played it on the left-hand side, and he did a great job. He even managed to get scoop on away when it was in really dangerous. So I thought they did well throughout the game. I thought the goalkeeper backed them up when they needed to and took charge when he needed to. And then when it came to the 10 men, it was all hands on deck and backs to the wall, and defending for your life, and that's what they did.
They did a superb job. Here's the manager's thoughts on it.
Referee is not good enough. Force officials are not good enough.
What did you make of some of the refereeing decisions?
It's just not good enough. Referees are just not good enough. Force officials are just not good enough. It's the bottom line. VAR today, I think did I see that right? That 3 people at the VAR from South America in a match like this. I think so. I saw this before the match. I might be, but if this is what I saw, if this is correct, it's just VAR overturns. Is this a clear and obvious error for the mistake? For the penalty, for sure not. VAR gets involved. He didn't even give the foul. He didn't even overturn a yellow into a red. They overturn a situation where he doesn't even give a foul. No, referee is not good enough. Force officials are not good enough.
I know there's Thomas Tuchel, and he wouldn't be a fella that's out in the media every day criticising referees, but it was obvious anybody who had eyes in their head when you were looking at the match. I was always very, very fearful that
I don't know if you saw the match the other day. I can't remember who it was now. I mean, they were basically wrestling. Paraguay.
Yeah, Paraguay.
That was a wrestling match, and
Paraguay did the best to kick France off the pitch.
Yeah, they did.
How they didn't get a yellow card in the whole of that match? Can you tell me how that happened?
And the people on the side there as well, the subs interfering with play as well, right through the whole game. It was a shocking. It was one of the worst displays in the World Cup, in my memory, since '66 when
Argentina were ratting.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
Yeah,
showing my age here, Joe, aren't I?
yeah. It reminded me.
Yeah.
On this very day in 1982, one of my all-time favorite players, Paulo Rossi, scored his hat-trick, beating Brazil 3-2 in the World Cup.
That was something, wasn't it? He'd come back off a suspension, a 12-month suspension.
Yeah. There was war. There was war over that too.
But I will say this though, the referee, and he's right. If there were 3 South American
officials, which there were
on the bar,
which there were,
and all the officials on the field were South
3 out of the 5 on the field were 3 out of 5.
They referee games differently.
They do.
Than European referees do. So that is what you're coming up against there. And you're also coming up against the situation that some of these referees are coming from lesser league.
I mean, he was from Iran, wasn't he, the referee?
So,
and I don't mean to be rude about Iranian football.
Yeah.
Iranian football is not, they shouldn't be refereeing games like that. That should be, you should have tiers, shouldn't you, of referees that come out quarterfinals and all the rest of the semi-finals.
But you know yourself with FIFA, they've brought in a new rule in soccer that nobody voted for. Nobody that I know on the planet Earth voted for this break. 4 quarters in a soccer match. Where did they get the authority to do that? It's not in soccer.
That's advertising. That's for money.
Yeah, we know.
Well, we all know
sold
that.
their soul there.
But But Derwin and Joe, we have an exclusive here tonight on our show. There's a new rule coming in English soccer.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
That is there. Breaking news. The English Football League announces a new rule for the 2026-27 season. They've confirmed that during the colder months, all matches will now include a mandatory tea break to help players warm up with a nice hot cup of tea and a Marita biscuit or whatever you're having yourself, you know. Well,
I howled when I read that one. I told it to Sue, and she just started laughing.
But I mean, that referee last night was out of his depth.
Yeah, he was.
he was.
And again, I know it's being a professional, shall we say, but there's an element of, I don't want to say cheating, but to me, if we've got a branch that says cheating on it, last night those Mexicans were bending that to breaking point.
They were.
Because I mean, all of the nonsense that goes on. Just, I mean, it's 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm screaming at the telly, and you're like, when you're just like, when he got sent off, you kind of go, there wasn't anything dirty in that tackle.
To be honest, I disagree with you on that.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mean,
The sending off. I agree, Joe. The sending off was a red card.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was undue force for a start. He went in with his 6 studs showing, and he made contact with the guy's shin and didn't make any contact with the ball. So to me, that
A reckless tackle.
that is what the referee got that right, and he did. He, in my opinion, he did well with it. For me, Conte had no business trying to win that ball.
No.
What he should have done was just jockey the guy, really, and but
Run up against them, yeah.
But yeah, so to be fair to him, I think that was a fair one. I think that the other things, that the penalty against England, I think can be questionable.
Very soft.
From our standpoint, but if that had happened in a Champions League game, not in England but in Europe, that would have been given as a penalty.
Probably yes. You have to agree with you there. Yeah. Probably yes.
In the Premier League, the referees may not give that, because the Premier League is refereed differently than the Champions League.
So I've got a question for both of you, but probably more for Joe Pat than yourself, right?
Yeah.
This offside rule.
Yeah.
You tell me if a forward is going to start making a move, as in acceleration and move, it is natural for your upper body to lean forwards to go.
Of course it is.
It is.
So, can you tell me why? I mean, to me, you play football with a foot or your feet,
right?
Yeah.
And to me, it should be the offside line should be feet, nothing to do with torsos and arms and everything else.
No. I agree with you there.
I saw one the other night where I can't remember who it was.
His elbow.
No. He's literally, he's about to kick off and use the ground force to accelerate.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the outside of his arm was offside.
Right.
And his feet must have been 2 feet behind that.
Yeah.
And you sit there and go, how's that offside? Because he's got to do that to accelerate.
Yeah.
You're right.
No one leans back to accelerate.
I was thinking of that last night, Derwin, and I was thinking that in order for you can make it.
It's what the sprinters do.
Yeah.
When they go into get set, on your marks, get set, that get set is actually
momentum.
Create momentum. And there's an explosion from the feet to push the body forward.
Yeah.
But the body's already forward.
I think the whole body should be offside. The whole body, your feet offside, Otherwise, it's not.
To me, it's got to go back to what the original ideas was. It was your feet that were offside, weren't they?
Yeah, it was.
Well, didn't the rule or the law, not the rule, we have laws in soccer,
Yeah.
football, wasn't the rule originally that there had to be daylight between
It did.
forward and the
And the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
and the last defender?
Yes.
So, and to me, that is where this has got to go back to.
Yeah. I
Because
agree with that.
here's what's happening. We're supposed to give the benefit of the doubt to the offense, not the defense,
Yeah.
because that encourages scoring goals, which is
Yes.
what people come to see,
Yes.
right? So now we're restricting that by making it that the merest thing is offside.
Like your cap that you're wearing, the peak of your cap could be offside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. We'll have the last one from the marvelous man here.
Speechless. Yeah, Jordan, my voice is gone. We had to fight. We had to find something. I've just been sitting there. I can't really talk. It was one of those days that the ref gave a lot against us, and in the end it didn't matter. So I'm happy. Unbelievable support. Speechless. I can't even talk. So
Go and rest that voice. Rest up. Thanks, Harry.
That was a bit.
I can't believe what happened to Henderson.
What happened to Henderson?
I know it.
So Henderson ran down the other end to celebrate with the England fans, and has come over the advertising board, and has basically, he hasn't just broken his wrist or his forearm. He's actually done his elbow, broken his humerus bone, I think, and his wrist climbing over the advertising board.
Yeah.
So he's out basically. So again, you sit there and you kind of go, "Oh, I know you're excited, but come on, Jesus, wait."
It goes to show the
passion for the game
from Harry Kane there, the pressure on an individual basis that they must be under as well as people, as players, not alone the team, but the whole pressure to achieve something. Anyway, we'll just move on briefly to rugby union. There's a new competition in rugby union, lads. I don't know what it is. I didn't read about it. It's called the Nations Championship. What is it, Derwin? Did you look into it at all?
It's Northern Hemisphere versus the Southern Hemisphere.
Why?
It's a money thing, and it's nothing more than a money tournament.
Of course it is, yeah.
And it's, you've got Fiji have decided, because they haven't got a ground in Fiji, so they're playing all their matches. They played their last match against Wales in Cardiff at Cardiff City ground.
Good.
They couldn't go to the Millennium because that's Wales's ground. They're going.
Wales beaten 39-24.
And it was a great game of rugby.
Yeah, I'm delighted for Wales.
It really was a great game of rugby because both teams were running it from everywhere.
New Zealand beat France 34-32. Japan beat Italy 27-10. Ireland beat Australia 33-31. Scotland beat Argentina 47-30. And South Africa beat England 43-21.
I wouldn't say it was a beating. I'd say it was a hammering.
Well, yeah.
That's the fifth defeat in a row for England.
Yeah. They could have got hammered. I mean, they got a little bit lucky to keep the score to that level.
Yeah.
Did they have all their players down there?
They did, yeah. It wasn't a weak team.
Huh.
I mean, it was the full squad down there.
And next year is the World Cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now,
I mean, this nations thing is basically. I mean, Wales are now flying. They've got to fly to
Japan, Japan is it?
Argentina, I think, as well
Oh,
as Japan. And then you've got some of the Kiwis are coming over to play England, I think, at Twickenham. And then their next game is off to, I think it's Australia. So I mean, you kind of go, we're talking. I'm not interested in it, but all this nonsense about carbon footprint. That
yeah.
tournament's got some carbon footprint going.
Oh, sure. Carbon footprint. We have the presidency of the EU here in Ireland for the next 6 months, and the private jets are coming in. Von der Leyen, that Von der Leyen, who's what is she? I know she's president of whatever she is. She came into Cork Airport on a private jet and swanned around and tell us all, put up the carbon taxes there, lads, please. So
I mean,
keep that down.
that whole Nations Cup thing is just a money spinner for someone.
Yeah.
But it has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
TV's paid a fortune for it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, ITV have paid a huge amount, and Channel.
I'd like to see the viewing figures.
Well, I don't think the viewing figures. I mean, Cardiff. I know it was Cardiff versus Fiji, but Cardiff. I don't think they got into double figures.
No.
For the crowd.
Over the weekend, we had some golf tournaments. We had the John Deere Classic. Who won the tractor? Chris Gotterup won the tournament at minus 20. 66, 68, 68, 62. He won at minus 20. He won $1.584 million for his weekend. In the BMW golf tournament, I was talking to you before, Darwin, about that. And I got it mixed up with one of the famous flagship events in the old European tour.
As in the PGA.
Yeah, in Wentworth, remember?
Yeah, the PGA, yeah.
I still get it in my head when I see BMW. I see.
Yeah, that's the BMW International, they call it, which is Germany.
Michael Hollick won that at minus 18. In the ladies European Tour, Caroline Lopez Caracas from Spain won at minus 12. Our own Amy Foster was in that. We had two more golfers, so they didn't make the cut. But Amy finished tournament at minus 1. She's just doing reasonably well. And of course, who can forget this man? The Evergreen. The Evergreen, Paulie Harrington, who won
US Seniors, was it?
the third major, the third time he won the US Seniors.
Hi, Padraig Harrington here with the USGA Senior Open, my third one. I think that's an all-time record, I believe, here at Iota Country Club. What a great venue it was this week. Fabulous golf course. If you ever get a chance to play with your friends, you'll have all the fun in the world. Great test set up by the USGA this week. Some really tough pins, some tough golf course. Delighted that I could do it without too much drama today. Unusual for me to not make too many mistakes coming down the stretch. But a very nice, comfortable win. As I said, I've been told that the most anybody's ever won is 3 of these. So hopefully that's not the end for me, but we'll see with time.
Paulie Harrington won it. We said the runner-up was Stuart Sink, as it was last year as well. And Ian Poulter, his first senior tournament, he finished fourth at minus 8, four strokes behind Paulie. So he was swinging well, as they say. But it's an incredible achievement from Harrington to keep his enthusiasm for so long, for so long in the sport,
Good player, though. I mean, he can still play on the tour, couldn't he?
Yeah. He'll be playing the Irish Open in Doonbeg anyway.
He's in good shape and all the rest of it. And he's one of those... He's been a little bit lucky as well because he's never really had an injury.
No, never had a serious injury.
Nothing at all. But he's what I call a tinkerer. He's got one of our systems and he's constantly tinkering with it and trying to... You give him he's got a garage at his house. He's got I think he's got 6 holes in his garden in Ireland. but in his garage, I never seen so many gadgets to improve your golf. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, there's thousands of bits just lying around on the floor and in cupboards and everything. If you invented something, show it to him. He'll buy it without a doubt.
I must remember that.
You know how last week I was telling you guys about some of these TV shows like the Dunlop one and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
There's another one you want to watch. So it's called In the Balls, and it's all about the Kiwis, the All Black team, when they went to South Africa for the apartheid, and basically they created their own team and went away because the New Zealand team were banned.
Yeah.
The New Zealand rugby union team wouldn't go. The
Yeah.
union wouldn't let them go. And they created their own club called the Cavaliers. And they went off to South Africa when it was still apartheid.
On a tour.
On tour. And it caused mayhem in New Zealand. And loads of the All Blacks fell out with each other. And the first game back was against Australia in the Bledlow Cup.
That is our cup, yeah.
And basically, the ones who went to South Africa as Cavaliers, they basically got absolutely stitched up by their teammates. That if there was anything happening, they just walked away and let them got hammered. And it's an awesome program because it tells about Sheldon. It goes into about the Cavaliers going to South Africa, and then about how the French were testing nuclear bombs in the Pacific near New Zealand.
Yeah.
And do you remember they blew up the French SAS or the French Special Forces? Blew up the Rainbow Warrior, the ship.
The Greenpeace ship. I remember that. Yeah.
Rainbow Warrior.
Yeah.
They blew it up in the port in New Zealand.
Good.
And their next match, the All Blacks, was against the French. And you've got Wayne Shelford. You've got the All Blacks team telling you that it's the hardest, toughest, brutest game they ever played as the All Blacks. That the French just annihilated them. And Shelford tells a story that they've come in, they've got beaten in Eden Park, and they've come in and he's taken his kit off and he's sitting there on a bench with nothing on. And he is aching all over. He's got blood everywhere. One of his mates sitting on the other side of the bench literally freaks out because one of his testicles is hanging down by his knee because one of the French forwards kicked him so hard in the gonads that he had 60 odd stitches in his scrotum that it split his scrotum open.
Oh, Jesus.
And that he didn't know anything about it. And he got kicked in the head. He said, my head was killing me. He said, my balls, he goes, I couldn't give a monkeys about them. They were killing me, but my head worked. He said it was, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been the captain, David Burke, is it? Who literally freaked out and has gone, bloody hell, what's that? Hanging down by his knee.
What's that one called?
In your balls, in my balls, something like that. And it's on, I think it's on Netflix or Amazon Prime. But it's the lead up to the first World Cup in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And how there was so much animosity between the Kiwis that there was one of the players who'd gone on the tour to South Africa and had got paid. They got paid like $150,000 to go each.
Yeah.
And it caused there was riots in Wellington and Auckland because of apartheid.
Yeah.
And he says it was all in the build-up. So the French game was after the Rainbow Warrior, so there was a lot of animosity. He said, and then we're going into the World Cup, and again, who do we get? France. He said, he goes, I could barely walk because of the stitches I'd had in my scrotum.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had like 60 odd stitches.
I remember Wayne Shelford. He was a huge man, big
Oh,
man,
massive! And they're
massive.
talking about it. It's literally all the old All Blacks talking about what was wrong because the captain was scrum half, and I want to say David Burke or something like that. And he basically he got stranded where the whole of the Kiwi team, because he wouldn't go on the Cavaliers tour.
Yeah,
And he said the whole of the pack was basically Cavaliers. He
yeah,
said French got hold of me. He said when normally I'd be looking around saying, "Boys, come and help me." He
yeah.
said, and they just basically walked away and left me absolutely annihilated by the whole of the French pack. He said they ran over me, they ran over my head. He said I had stud marks in my face, in my head. My body. He said I took my kit off in the changing room, and you could see 6 sets of stud marks all over me. Where no one stuck up for me. No, they just walked away and left me there to get trampled.
As it would, yeah.
And he
So
said
Because he went to South Africa.
no, because he didn't go to South Africa.
he didn't go.
He
He
didn't go.
didn't go. So he turned down the money and said it's wrong. We should be making apartheid work by not going and not supporting apartheid. But it's a great program. It's like it's just it's like a little bit of therapy. You can see the guys are going, I've not talked about this for 50 years. He said, but I felt really, one of them is literally saying, I felt really bad because we should have stuck up for him a bit and we didn't. We just left him and he got absolutely
Pummeled. Yeah. Pummeled, yeah.
He said he could have lost his eyes because of the way they trampled over his head.
So was that around the same time as the Kerry Packer?
Yeah, it was like early
Celtics.
80s when the first World Cup was played.
Yeah.
And it literally, it's just such a good program, boys. You've got to watch it because
Was the first World Cup in 1987, was it?
I thought it was earlier than that. I thought it was 84, 85.
Yeah, you could be right here.
I mean, it's just a great program because they are all confessing, and I wouldn't throw the ball to him at all because he went as a Cavalier. I'm not throwing a ball to him. There's no way.
So the name of the program is In Your Balls.
Yeah, in my balls.
In my balls. You had it here first, lad. So if you're by the way, the Spain Portugal match is 0-0 after half an hour. No goals yet.
And the young English guy, Arthur Ferry, he's beaten Gregor.
Did he beat Dimitrov?
He's beaten Dimitrov, yeah. Beat him in the tiebreaker in the last set.
In the fight, he's the qualifier.
Yeah.
He's the qualifier. So he's in the quarterfinal now.
Yeah.
Novak Djokovic is into his 66th quarterfinal, I think, is or something like that. Phenomenal man. He's an Iron man completely. He's what more can you say about a man who's that supreme in his sport? He must have been the greatest tennis player in my lifetime, anyway. Novak Djokovic, without a doubt.
Well, they're all kind of writing him off this year, haven't they? And he's proven them all wrong again.
He is, yeah. He is. And he won his last match very easily. You know? I thought very easy, He never seemed to be under pressure. But it is important, like we were saying, for all athletes, no matter what they're doing, to be injury-free and to have the confidence in your own ability. Now, obviously, he's not as fast as he was. He's nearly double the age of some of the players he's playing, you know, which is phenomenal, phenomenal.
But it's
There was
interesting.
a
Joe
there was a
said,
lot, yeah.
Joe said something earlier on about has Brazil lost their fear factor, whereas you could say the same thing about uh, Djokovic. He's not lost his fear factor, has he?
No,
And I
no, no.
if you're a youngster and you're going up against him, you're probably 2 or 3 games down before you've even walked down to the court, aren't
Yeah, I was set down, but to me, Neymar left himself down badly in the match for Brazil. He came across as very tuggish, Neymar, and very unsportsmanlike. You know,
Oh yeah, at the end of it,
a
yeah,
bit of a tug. Yeah,
yeah.
he took his penalty and went in then to slag the goalkeeper, the Norwegian
Well,
goalkeeper.
the two of them had verbals before, though. The
Huh?
goalkeeper was trying to wind him up before the penalty. You know, and
All
the reason,
goalkeepers do that.
yeah, the reason I asked the question earlier, I mean, and I and the reason I asked earlier was because I didn't think England had played that well till they scored, and we all know that goals, tries, whatever they are, can
Yeah,
change matches, right?
yeah,
They change games. Uh, but the goalkeeper saving that first penalty, that was huge because it might have been a different Brazil that played after that. But with him saving it, then the Norwegians must have got a huge boost from that.
That was a terrible penalty too, wasn't it?
But, well, yeah,
oh yeah, it was. I mean, Haaland's second goal, lads, was a thing of beauty.
yeah.
And especially for me on a personal level, to see Allison beaten, it made my night.
It is an interesting one. So today on the radio, coming back today, they're talking about obviously the England game against Norway, and is it going to play out like a little bit of a Premier League game because nearly all the Norwegian team are playing in the Premier League, and somebody phoned in, and this is on 5 Live on BBC, but someone phoned in and asked the question: would you want Kane in your team or Haaland? And there was David James, another couple of old players, and they all went for Kane. And what they were saying was that Haaland, amazing goal scorer, sniffs half a chance he'll get a goal for you.
Yeah.
Doesn't do any work.
Right.
And they were using last night as an example.
Yeah.
Would Haaland have gone back in there blocking shots and all the rest of it? Because he barely gets into a run, does he?
Yeah. But the English team that'll be playing Norway probably much the same team that started against Mexico. But they know his game. They know him. They know him.
Well, it'd be interesting to see whether Stones.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter that they know him because he's been a leading goal scorer in the Premier League for the past
Exactly.
2 or 3 years.
Well,
So-
that's easy enough because half the teams in the Premiership are mediocre anyway.
No, I'm sorry, Pat. What?
Half the teams in the Premiership are mediocre enough.
Yeah.
So
So you
it's
could say the
easy
same
enough to get goals against. Yeah.
You could say the same about the Norwegian team if they're all playing the Premiership.
Yeah.
Mediocre teams, you know. So, I think that's an unfair question to ask about Harry Kane and
Haaland.
because they're two different players.
Yeah. I thought Berg was fantastic. Berg for Norway.
Yeah, he was.
Oh Jesus, he was everywhere.
The whole thing. If you had ever watched Erling Haaland play for Borussia Dortmund,
Yeah.
right? He came from Borussia Dortmund. He scored goals from everywhere because they were playing balls in behind for him, and he would run and he would do the whole thing. And I thought when he went to City that City had brought him to do that particular job, to penetrate, because they were so good on the ball. And then people went into low blocks and what have you, and the whole thing. So Haaland is actually told not to do any of that other work. the rest of the guys will do that for him. His
Yes.
job is just purely and simply to score goals.
Yeah.
Haaland in the last 2 games has touched the ball something like 15 times in each game, total in the time that he's on the field.
Yeah.
Right? And that his job is not to get on the ball. His job is to be at the end of what they're doing. And he does that better than anybody. He has scored more goals for Norway than he's played games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's an out-and-out goal scorer. Harry Kane is more of a guy that, while he scores goals, he's more of a guy that is willing to drop off and let other people come in behind and do all that kind of stuff. And Haaland lets that happen as well. People go behind him, and then he comes around and comes into the box. So it's just, I think, they're 2 wonderful players. In their own right.
I don't think I don't think they were like, oh, he's not as good as this one. It wasn't really.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't that comparison. It was just that, you know.
Who would you rather have? Yeah. I think it's a great debating point. I mean, because
will we have 4 European teams in the semi-finals? I mean, you've got France versus England and Spain. I'd give Spain the victory over Portugal. Playing, who's Argentina playing? I forget. Let me see.
Argentina playing Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is a hard game for Argentina.
Yeah,
if that's right.
Morocco are a tough, hard team.
They're not just tough and hard; they're skillful as well.
Oh, they play soccer as well.
Oh, they can. They can mix it up. They're athletic. They have all the things that they need to be successful. And
haven't Morocco won the Africa Cup a few times?
Well, didn't they get it last year? The last one?
Yeah, I got it last year.
Because the other crowd walked off the field.
Because of the.
No, Senegal came on and Senegal beat them. On appeal, Morocco was given the.
Senegal walked off the field.
Yeah, they walked off.
When they came on, they beat Morocco in the final.
Yeah, but no, the thing was during the game.
Oh, they did.
Made a call against Senegal, and the coach pulled the team off the field.
Yeah, but he allowed
the dressing room.
But he allowed the game, and he shouldn't have. But he allowed the game to resume, and Senegal won, and they were presented with the trophy. And Morocco appealed the result, and they were given. Yeah, they were given the trophy on appeal. So it's all a mess. It's a complete mess.
Yeah, but let's be honest. You're taking your team off the field.
It's over. The game is over.
Yes, the game's over. Finished.
Yeah.
You have no right back onto the field.
Yeah.
You walked off. You've gone into the dressing room. End of story.
Yeah, the game is over.
You should be banned for life from coaching.
They were off the pitch for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, they were. Yeah, they were off for a good bit. Good bit. There was a big crowd.
Here's another question: is Portugal a bit hamstrung at the moment because of Ronaldo?
No.
Are they?
I think so.
Hampering to Ronaldo.
I think that's down to the manager. You know, it's down to the manager to pick the team, and it's on his head. Win, lose, or draw. You know.
Because they're saying in the papers and stuff that Portugal is not a happy campers. They're not.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're not a happy bunch of players.
Well, your man that plays for Man United, what's his name?
Bruno
Fernandes. He's outspoken enough, you know. And there's a few other players. But when I was over in Portugal for a week in start of June in Balseiras, and every single shop you go into install Portugal scarves thing with one picture on it, just one. On every single board, it's Ronaldo. He's on every single. There's no other player.
But that's because they sell. I mean, to be honest, he can be more of a detriment to the team than he can. The game that what was the game? The first game, did they draw it or did they lose it? But there was a ball crossed in from the right hand side. Cristiano is beyond the near post, right? And instead of letting the ball go, because Bruno Fernandes was right behind him in the middle of the 6-yard box,
He would have scored.
tapping, right? And Ronaldo, and here's my perspective on this. The night before, Messi had scored a hat-trick.
Yeah.
Right? And Ronaldo was now trying to prove that he could similar, and he wanted to score in the worst possible way. And he was making poor decisions throughout the game as to whether to shoot or pass or what have you. And but I would say this for him: when he was taken off the field the other day, in the game that they won, I forget the one. Was it 2-1 they won the other day?
Yeah.
And the guy that came on for him scored the winner. But he came off and he was very graceful. He shook hands with Roberto Martinez and what have you. So maybe, I can understand him from a certain perspective, being greedy.
I think he's no different than any other player in any other sport. They just don't want to say, my time is up. They just don't want to say, I can't do it anymore,
Yeah.
They just can't do it, can't face it.
You know what the game you're talking about there, Joe? On BBC, they got Rooney as one of the pundits.
Yeah.
And Gabby Yora, she turned around and said to him, what do you think Ronaldo will be feeling like having not scored and Messi's got a hat-trick? And Rooney turned around and said he'll be raging.
Yeah.
He said that the rivalry between those two is like off the scale.
Well, his sister seems to have a big influence over him. Ronaldo's sister, she looks after the business side of things,
Yeah.
And I think she's everywhere with him now, I don't know. But anyway, we know he's at the end of his career. Everybody knows that. I think he knows it himself as well,
Well, apparently he's supposed to have, today in an interview with Portuguese TV, that he's admitted that this will be his last World Cup.
Well, I mean, there's nobody going to pick him at the age of 45, like.
No.
No.
Roberto Martinez would if he was still the coach.
He can always go to Cape Verde.
Do you think he gets bullied slightly by Ronaldo?
Oh, hang on a second.
The bears go in the woods.
Hey,
Is that what we're going to say?
hey, if Jack Nicklaus walked into the room, what would you feel like? I know you've met him and probably played with him, but it's still intimidating. It's like making his best.
See, it's half time in Portugal match. It's 0-0, Portugal Spain 0-0. It's half time. The matches are becoming thick and fast. There was an event on in Silverstone down the road, Devon, over the weekend, the British Grand Prix, and Charles Leclerc was number one, Russell was second, and our evergreen Hamilton was third. And the standings in the drivers, Antonelli is on top with 179, Russell is on 154, Hamilton on 147, and Leclerc on 108. All those four drivers are on 100 points plus. There's nobody else in contention in my opinion.
Nearly 600,000 people went through the gates.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah. And the whole ground at Silverstone, the whole plot of land at Silverstone is 520 acres.
Yeah.
And they only use 5% of the ground for the Grand Prix.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It must be a huge money spent that weekend.
That's just the track size?
Oh,
Yes,
before I forget it.
Used for the Grand Prix.
Before I forget it, there's a rumour going around, a strong rumour here in County Clare, that in Trump golf course in Doonbeg where the Irish Open is being held this year. He's supposed to be coming over to play in the Pro-Am on the Wednesday.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and it's strongly rumoured. Well, I think that'll be a sellout event if he's going playing in the Pro-Am.
Yeah, nearly 600,000 people went through the gates.
Wow, that is something.
That's something else.
It's just
And
a biggest crowds attendance in anything to do in the UK. It's bigger than pop concerts and all the rest of it. And
how much is it to go in there?
Oh well, they had a pop-up hotel at, I think it was just behind the pit lane. How much a night for the pop-up hotel? A pop-up hotel, which gave you access to walk down the pit lane. You had like a balcony overlooking the start and everything else.
Did they serve breakfast?
Yeah, it was a proper hotel. I mean, it was a temporary building, but it had its swimming pool there and everything else, so you could have a swim and what have you.
300 a night, was it?
So Saturday night Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. Wait for the best bit. That was nearly $4,500.
Jesus.
And they're sold out for the next 5 years.
Did they supply the guests? Did they supply the guests with you for the room?
Get this. You then had to buy your tickets on top of that.
You're going to have to buy your tickets on top of that?
On top of that, yeah. So they reckon they interviewed one guy on the radio yesterday who is anniversary or something. So he took his wife to the Grand Prix as their 50th anniversary or something, which she wasn't too impressed with. And she said the worst bit about all of this, she said this morning, because of all the support races, she said they're out there practicing this morning at 7:30 in the morning. She goes, I've got all these Porsches in the Porsche Cup practice runs screaming past our bedroom window at 7:30 in the morning, as loud as, she goes, I've never heard cars go so loud. And she said, and I'm like, oh, great, I can't even have a lie in. And she says, we paid £1,500 a night for this privilege to be woken up by screaming Porsche engines going past at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, when you put it like that,
But, I mean, it was, they showed on the TV yesterday, they showed the guy who's come up with the idea of a pop-up hotel. And, of course, he's now taking this pop-up hotel idea to other Grand Prix.
I would say that if Trump, depending on his schedule, if Trump at the time, I think he could come over to play in the Pro-Am to be.
I read the other day that he was coming over.
Yeah.
Because he's going to play with McIlroy.
Oh well, he'd probably come over. So,
Pat, do you think you'll be able to get him on the program?
huh?
Do you think you'll be able to get Trump on the program?
Well, I'd love it. I'd love it. I just love it.
Did you picture that?
We'd have to get our red caps.
Oh yeah.
Make America great.
Yeah. That won't do you at all, Joe. That cap won't do you at all, Anyway,
We'll have to have our MAGA caps.
Yeah, MAGA cap. We'll come to the end of our program, lads, and thanks to all the lads.
Hey, we can't come to the end of the program because we didn't talk about the important stuff yesterday and the day before.
Are we talking Irish cricket again?
Oh yeah, hurling. Yeah.
Well, I was at the wait a while. I want to share a bit of audio with you about the English team. I was on the radio. I was on national radio today.
Please change the subject.
Good afternoon,
Yeah,
Colin. I'll be supporting them anyway.
You will be.
We stayed up last night. I will. We stayed up last night watching England playing. Well, they were playing the whole of Mexico. By the look of it, they were playing at altitude. They were playing against the ref in many instances in the match of people who watched the match last night.
Yeah.
When they came to the Mexican team, he seemed to have forgotten that he had cards in his pocket. Anyway, all that aside, I think Jude Bellingham and a few world-class players that England have were superb. The English team are absolutely superb last night. And with a man sent off, their manager, Tuchel, a superb tactician, he brought on John Stones and took off Saka, so he'd have an extra defender. And they really held out against a supreme challenges and adversity, in my opinion. And they really came of age as a team last night.
And Pickford was sensational, wasn't he, in goal as well?
Oh, he was just... I was in awe of the team, I must say, you know. I was in awe of the team, and they have grown into... Well, unlike... Very much like Norway, on the other side, who they'll be playing next now. Norway, to my mind, were the same trajectory as England. They're really improved in every game, and I think they'll be a huge challenge.
Oh, they will be for sure.
England.
And I think England, all of England will fear Erling Haaland because he is he's a goal machine. I'm going to go out on a limb here, Pat, and I don't usually do it, but I will for
Charlie
you.
Chaplin.
Is that a Cork accent? Is that a Cork accent you have?
Well, it is, yeah. It is
Somebody call Roy Keane. Somebody call Roy Keane quick and tell him that Pat is supporting England for the World Cup.
Yeah, he's doing his job. But I was just saying that, and we had our own troubles the weekend in the small ball. But however,
thank God as a Galway man you did. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, Galway was... I was at the match, and Galway were just superb.
I have a problem in my own house, Pat. I have a problem in my own house, similar to you supporting England, right? Because I have a young fella who's supporting the Dirty Dubs. Bleeding Dublin he supports, and me raising him as a Galway father. And
send him to his room. Yeah.
Come here, stay with me, Pat. The Cork, the Rebels supporting England.
What's he doing? I don't know. Are we supposed to make this up amongst ourselves? I think he's doing a Terry Wogan there. His microphone's not on. You're silenced.
Silence. Oh, I said Limerick are into another senior hurling final. They beat Clare over the week yesterday. It was a very, very good hurling match. And Cork were beaten by Galway on Saturday. I was above in Dublin at it, and I had 2 pains in my head coming home. But however, I got over that. And so it's Galway and Limerick in the All-Ireland hurling final, and on the 19th of this month, next Sunday week. Anyway, lads, there are people making comments into the program now, but I will not entertain any answers to those questions.
Oh, come on.
The sound of silence, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, lads. Thanks very much. And from Joe and from Derwin and myself, we'll be back again next Monday. And don't forget, next Saturday night, England versus Norway. Derwin is coming home, is it?
I'm not going down that road because
no.
Good luck, lads. Have a good week, and thanks very much.
Take care, lads.